Hi everyone. Oh, my laptop. My poor laptop. All right. Let's see if this will connect. All right. Let's check. Right, do let me know if the sound settings are all right. But yeah, good afternoon everyone. Hello. Hi Natasha, hi Chris, hello. I am back with my cardigan and the pattern is almost all done. I've almost finished the Dutch translation and putting in the pictures and extra photos to make it all a bit more clear. Yeah, so I think it would be optimistic to say it will be ready later today, but it might be. I had planned to put it on the website earlier, but as always, I ran into some issues with my website. I finally finished setting up the web shop last week or the week before, but now it seems that if you purchase something on my website, you get the checkout screen and then thank you, your order has been successful, here are the downloads, but then you don't get a confirmation email with those download links. So if you click away from the confirmation page, then it's just gone. And I've emailed the pattern to anyone who's bought patterns on the web shop, so that's not a problem. But yeah, I do need to fix this. So that was slightly more of a priority than the pattern now. So if I didn't have that, then the pattern would have been up already. But that's how it goes. Hi Anik, good afternoon. So yeah, I'm trying out some new words for emails, and they're not working. So I'm just in a loop of contacting customer services and then doing what they say and then running into another problem and then again contacting customer service. So it's been great. No, but it's I'm sure it will be fixed very soon, and it is working. It's just I need to keep an eye on if people buy things and then I just send them an email with it, because I know the system isn't gonna send them an email. So yeah, that has been tiring. So let's see. I want some music for myself, so let's see. My music player still isn't working, so I'm just gonna play some Animal Crossing music. Whoa. Very loud. Okay, so how's everyone been doing? What have you been making? What have you been working on? Natasha, I know you're working on your shawl. How's it going? I hope I was able to help you out with the, how to make it longer. And yeah, very, very curious to see how it turns out. I am working on my cardigan. Wait, I forgot to set up my screen. So I have started the back panel. So this is the front piece of my cardigan, and then after the yellow, here the pink, those are the first couple rows of the back panel. And I'll put it on, but I thought I'll first show you the cardigan for my mom. Guess that is finished. Natasha says, yes, thank you so much. No worries. I'm doing the final pearl row of the fur lace, and then I will do the includes for the new part. Yes. Good. Good luck with that. Yeah, so I finished the ribbing on the cardigan. My mom and we knit the cardigan on my very simple knitting machine. And yeah, I've put it on today, but my mom has longer arms than me, so it's a bit too long for me. Although it's fine. I still have to wash it. I've washed the cardigan, but the ribbing is not washed yet, so that's why it looks a little bit, curved like that. And I've messaged her. I've asked her whether she wants a pocket for her phone, because I think, I'm always happy with a pocket. So yeah, I've just asked her whether she wants that, and then I'll add that and then wash it. So yeah, but I'm very happy with it. So I did the ribbing on the cuff, and again, this will also, I think this will be less tight after washing, so, but it still looks fine. Then the ribbing on the bottom, and the ribbing on the button band. And I'm very pleased with how I did the decreases. Let's see if I can show you. But here, this, I just think it looks so nice. Very pleased with that. So beautiful, and I love the color. Thank you, Chris. Looks great with that dress. Oh, thank you. Maybe make a cardigan of your own in the same color. Yeah, I was thinking of making a cardigan, like making this exact cardigan for myself, with, shorter sleeves, and I think a bit shorter in length as well. But I don't have enough of this exact color. So, yeah. Did you do the ribbing in the same way as with your last sweater? No, I did it in the same way as my first sweater. So I've knit 2 sweaters and 1 cardigan. And for the first sweater, I knit it by hand, like this. And for the second sweater, I did it on the machine, which would have worked except for the button band, because my machine only has 100 stitches and this is more stitches. So then I would have not been able to do the whole thing on the machine. And yeah, then you would have different parts, and yeah, confusing. So I just did it by hand, and it was actually quite fast to do. I will show you the colors that I do have. You might help me decide with that. So I've already knit. Oh, is the color showing up correctly? It's looking more green, like more bluish in real life. It's showing up very yellow on camera. Anyway, have these. Right, so this is what I have left of the purple of the purple cones. And this is what each cone looked like. Right? So it's quite a lot that I used. Each of these was 500 grams. I used 2 strands together. I don't think this color suits me. I think, you know, yellow is a very difficult color to wear, but usually for cardigans, you know, as a lot of people, I've been really obsessed with the color theory thing. And, you know, there's some truth in it. I also feel that you should not have to feel very restricted in your color usage. It's definitely made me think about which colors suit me and which don't, but sometimes I just like a color. But having said all of that, you can still get away with using a color that does not suit you if you use it away from your face. So for a cardigan, but because I match it with a lighter dress, which is more my color, and because I wear it away from my face, it could work. But the yellow is just very, you know, very out there. I only have 1 cone of each of these. So what I might do is use them together. I might. Or use the brown one together with we will see. I also have 2 cones of this, which again, I'm not quite sure if it fits me, but the yellow with the purple, I could make a striped one, but this is very, very contrasty. So who knows? Yeah. I think I could definitely still make a skirt out of this. That would be nice. Or stripe. A striped something. Yeah. We will see. Yeah. remember where everything was. Yeah, but I have enough to make in the meantime until I figure out which colors to use for my next make. Hi Miranda, good afternoon. Have fun at work today, good luck, and see you next time. Right, was there something else I wanted to show you? No, I think, oh yeah, I wanted to just put it on. I did make it a little oversized. You can't really see my natural shoulder now with the other cardigan on. But you can see that it is going over a little bit. And I thought, you know, I want to make it into a summery cardigan. Oversized works better for summer, even though it doesn't, it sounds like it doesn't. But oversized means that you got more air. It's more swishy, which is more comfortable in summer. Oversized sweaters, etc. For winter, they're actually quite cold because they don't fit your body. Fabric closer to your body is warmer, so for wintry things, you want more close-fitting things. And the back. And I've noted down how much yarn I've already used for just the front panel. And it was 190 grams thereabouts. I think 188 or 189 grams. And I'm going to use that. I'm going to measure or weigh cardigan again when it is finished, and hopefully that will give me some helpful metric so that I can tell all the people who are going to make this cardigan that when you finished the front piece, you will have used 60% of your yarn or 50% of your yarn, or maybe I can somehow give some statistics, because yeah, a lot of people are going to want to know how much yarn will I actually use for this cardigan, and I'll say I don't know. Give it a try. So, and it does look like this is perhaps more than half of the cardigan. Depends on how long you're making the sleeves. But yeah, so and yeah, I think that would be very helpful, because I looked at my yarn and some of the skeins are looking dangerously small. This is how I started. And I mean, is this only half left? Yeah, I haven't one at all. So I had 7 of these, and now they are all looking quite small. This one is still okay. Yeah. So, but the rows are very they're much shorter now than they were, because obviously on the front piece the rows are very, very long. So right. I got a new lock screen on my phone, and it just makes me very happy. And I had the just standard lock screen for 5 years, and yeah, I finally changed it, and it actually makes me very happy. So add some color to your phones, y'all, because you're looking at your phones a lot. So it works. Here's the front of my cardigan, or at least, you know, the right side, and you'll see that I have some rows that where I've only crocheted into the front loop or into the back loop, depending on from which side I was working. So you'll just see some extra details, some extra lines in here, which I quite like. I do it very randomly. Yeah, so what should I add now? I'm thinking maybe this one. Oh, it has frozen. There we go. So it keeps freezing. So I'm thinking maybe this color again. Maybe just 2 rows of this one first. This was definitely an easier make when I was just using the same color throughout, because now I'm worrying about running out of certain colors, you know? But the easy thing about using so many colors is that I will probably have enough yarn with all of them combined. And if I do run out, it's relatively easy to add another color in there. And I don't think it will be as noticeable because I already have a bunch of colors. It's definitely more noticeable if you are just using one single color and then you run out, and perhaps you have you know, the last part of your sleeves in a different color. That would be more noticeable. So over the weekend, I finished this purple cardigan, the ribbing on that. I have been working on some socks, the ones that I'm making with the Zaubaball yarn that I showed you last week. I've been working on a baby blanket. Maybe not this weekend though, I think that was somewhere last week. And I did a couple rows on the bath mat that I'm knitting for my Patreon page, which is almost ready, but it's at the ending stage where I need to stop and measure every few rows, so I can't just knit mindlessly on it. But I wanted to distract myself with all those projects because I didn't want to continue working on the cardigan because this was just too addictive, and I thought if I continue working on this, I might be finished before the next live stream. So I've been saving this. I do already know that I'm gonna cast on one extra thing this week, because next week my next Patreon workshop is coming up on Wednesday. Is that June 12th? Yes, I think it is. Yes. And I want to prepare a little sample so that I have something to show, an idea that what you can make with the braided cable or the ribbed cable. I mean, I have a whole sweater with the ribbed cable, but it would be great to have something with the braided cable as well. And most of the patterns that I see are hat patterns, and it kind of feels weird to be casting on a hat in June. But it does, I mean, it does look very nice. So I might just go ahead and cast on that hat. My other ideas are blanket squares, because I have this idea of, for each tutorial that I do on Patreon, that I also provide a little square pattern with that technique that matches the size of the squares in my colorwork sampler blanket, so that if people are making that blanket and maybe they're getting tired of so much colorwork, maybe heaven forbid, but maybe, and then you can swap out a couple of the colorwork squares and knit a cable square instead, or knit a texture square, or maybe you could also use the texture squares on their own. I did include a blanket square pattern for my last Patreon workshop, which was also a cable workshop, and the replay is still up until today on Patreon. From tomorrow, I'll be moving it to the L-Star tier only, which is the highest tier on my Patreon. So L-Star tier supporters will always have access to the Patreon workshop replays. But for other tiers, the replays are up for 1 month. And then you'll have the new workshop, so I think it works quite well. I'm thinking of doing a brioche workshop for the August one, because brioche is just so much fun. And I am actually working on 2 brioche shawls, which I haven't shown ever on my social medias. But they are quite nice. I haven't picked them up in a year, but hoping to get back to them very soon. And brioche is always a very popular technique to learn. So I think lots of people will be happy with that. Yes, brioche. And it'll just be 1 color brioche, because that's difficult enough to start with. I mean, it's not difficult at all, but it takes some time to wrap your head around it. So I'm working on 2 brioche shawls, and one of them is really another scrappy project, because I'm doing a kind of fade brioche thing, where I use 1 sock weight or fingering weight yarn and 1 mohair, and I just change colors every once in a while, so that kind of fades into each other and it looks really nice. And then I have another one, which is a 2-tone project, where I'm using 1 ombre yarn and 1 solid yarn. And there are some increases and decreases in that one as well, so that's a little bit more advanced. And it has been almost done for like a year and a half. I only need to, it's at the ending measuring, weighing part again. I want to use as much of the ombre yarn as possible. So right now I need to weigh it, knit a row, weigh it again, calculate. So it's at the difficult stage of designing, which is why I've put it off for so long. But yes, someday I'll finish it. going to change color. And as I'm making this cardigan, I'm also alternating the side where I attach the yarn, because for these two I've attached the yarn on this side, but since I've done 2 rows, the other yarn end is also in this side, and I want to mix that up a little bit so that with the weaving in of ends, I don't weave in all. And is it next weekend? No, next week, from the 14th or 13th, we have some friends coming over. So either I don't get to do as much knitting and crocheting because we're chatting and hanging out, or I get to do more knitting and crochet because probably we're going to be doing some sightseeing and we're going to be in the car a lot, and I can knit or crochet. The only kind of disadvantage, or a difference since we moved to Scotland, is that, you know, in Europe and especially in the Netherlands, the roads are very flat, very streamlined. If there was a hill somewhere, you know, if the ground was uneven, then in the Netherlands and in most of Europe, we kind of smooth it out, put a smooth road there. In the UK, whatever terrain is present, it will still be present in the road. So the road just follows whatever terrain there is, which means all of the roads are very up and down and left and right, and it just, I get nauseous here in the car, where I never got nauseous in Europe. I mean mainland Europe. I keep saying Europe. I mean UK is Europe, but in the UK, and especially here in Scotland, I get nauseous in the car. So I've been taking those travel pills, but they make me very sleepy. So I've been looking for an alternative. And you might have seen this as well. And this product has been around for, I want to say, at least 20 years, but it has regained a bit of popularity because of TikTok, you know, obviously. Lots of very old products are getting popular again because of TikTok. But it's these glasses without glass in them, but they are like circles with fluid in them. And you also have them on the side, so that, and it's supposed to help with nausea. And I'm so on the fence about buying them because I don't want to take all of this anti-nausea medication because it makes me so drowsy. And what if I have to do the return journey home? Then I can't be sleepy while, I have to drive. So I've been really thinking of getting those glasses. So if anyone has any experience with them, let me know. They do look hideous. But it's fine. I'm willing to look like a minion. If it means I'll get to knit and crochet in the car without getting nauseous. have fun on your dog walk, Chris. See you later. These rows are going much faster. Almost coming to the end of this stripe. Then I can choose another color. it's getting too warm for this woolly cardigan. time for another color. I've been thinking a bit about the side panels. Because this cardigan, it goes straight. So if your body is not straight, then you need to add some side panels here. But what you could also do is with the back, you could of course add stitches on the outside so that the back panel is wider. Then you don't need the side panels. But I think I'm just going to forget about that. Maybe I'll mention it as an extra option in the pattern, but explaining the side panels is easier, and I think that is also easier for people to get a good fit. So yeah, but of course if people were more, you know, if they want to, then they can definitely add stitches this way. But yeah, pattern writing for me is often, very often, a matter of what do you keep in the pattern and what do you leave out? Because sometimes the easier I try to make it for people and the more options I try to give, sometimes that is exactly what makes a pattern difficult to understand and what makes it intimidating. So that's always quite a balance for me. And I always rather give more information if that makes things clearer, but yeah. Again, it's a balance. So what color should I do next after completing this one? Do I add another light pink or do I go with the yellow? I have 7 skeins in total, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So technically I should do the light pink one, but let me know what you would do. The yellow? Yeah, I do love the yellow. The only thing again I'm worrying about is that I'll not have enough, but I think I do. I think I will have enough. Maybe sometimes I'll need to just do one row instead of two with it, but just one row to break up the pink. Yeah, I mean, I think I could do two. But you're right, it is very pink right now. I think I do still have a thinner yarn in the same color that I hand dyed. So if I do run out, I could always use that one double stranded, I think. And I think I'm gonna do the sleeves two at a time so that I finish a stripe on the one sleeve and then I do the same stripe on the other sleeve. So I can keep an eye on yarn usage and that I, you know, if I run out of yarn, I'll just make the sleeve shorter instead of having one full length sleeve and then the other one running out. already on my 9th row of the live stream. Wow. But these rows are much shorter than the ones I did for the front piece. I think these are about 1/4 of the length. Oh, you're on your 3rd row of the shawl. Nice. I mean, since the live stream, and that's a lot of stitches already, I think. How many stitches do you have now? Must be around 300 stitches, if not more. Hi, Ivana. How are you? $419. Oh, that's a lot of stitches, but you're almost at the end. Hi, Liying. How are you? How's life in Scotland? It's good. We've been here for 7 months now. Yeah, we're really enjoying it. Still hoping to find our house sometime soon. But the place where we are is just fine. And let me tell you a secret, the weather is much better than you would expect. And I think lots of people keep saying, oh, Scotland's so rainy, so that other people don't come here. Because it is so nice. But I will say Inverness is quite lucky with the weather compared to Isle of Skye and Fort William. And yeah, Isle of Skye is very touristy, so if you go to Scotland and then only go to the west coast, you might find it very rainy. And what's everyone working on today? I am working on my cardigan. I'll just show it for those who haven't seen it yet. Working on the back panel. Natasha says one of my best skirts lives in Fife. Oh, Fife. That is near Edinburgh. Just north of Edinburgh, I think. Nice. Oh, Yvonne is knitting a skirt. Nice. Are you using a pattern or are you knitting it just out of your thoughts. There must be a better way of saying that. And Anika's working on her second toasted tea. Didn't you just... Weren't you working on your first one last week? Are you modifying the pattern now for your second one, or what are your thoughts on the pattern? Because I do have it on my to knit list as well. Yes, last week I finished my first one. Oh, nice! Congratulations! I knitted an extra 10 centimeters. Was that for the first one or for the one now? Because I was wondering, I think Rebecca, the designer, I think she updated the pattern with some more modification options. Oh, the skirt is a pattern from Shopowalla. Okay. I really like knitted skirts. Let's see if I can find this one. Knit skirt Shopowalla. I'm finding a mini skirt. Knitting patterns. Oh no, they have more skirts. Yeah, nice. I like knitted skirts. I think I'm gonna make a couple more on the knitting machine this year. Anika added 10 centimeters to the first one. And also to the one I'm working on. Okay, so to both. Okay. Yeah, some patterns are just a little bit too cropped. I do like a high waistline, but sometimes you just need a little bit more. I'll see you next time, Monique. Have a nice week. Hi, Chris. Welcome back. What's the weather like where everyone is? They said we would have quite a bit of rain this week. But so far they've like said it would rain all day and then it just rains from, you know, just in the evening. So that's all been fine. I think that's another reason why people think Scotland is so rainy, because we used to check the weather regularly before we moved, and it would just say rain, 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 rain every day. But now we're here, and sure, it rains most days, but it also just mostly rains in the evening or just for an hour. And it's very rarely that you're outside exactly at that time. Alright, I'm done with the yellow stripe. Going back to light pink. The sun is shining in Stockholm. Oh, nice. Yeah. The sun is shining here as well today. But not as strong today. On Saturday we had a really sunny day and we even went to the beach. But it's funny because, you know, when it's very nice weather, I tend to think, oh, let's go to the beach. But at the beach, it's usually very windy and much colder. But it was still nice, and we had some ice cream. They have honeycomb ice cream here, which is nice. And I went to look for some sea glass. I didn't find any. I did find a marble. But most of the things I just picked up were stones. So I'll try again next time. Chris says we finally have good weather now. Spring wasn't here this year. Oh, I'm happy that the good weather is finally there with you. But I did find that for the last couple of years as well, that spring is very strange nowadays. We get a very good February and March, and sometimes it will even be sunny enough that you can, you know, sit outside at the restaurants and cafes. I'm talking about the Netherlands right now, not Scotland. So February and March will be very nice, and then April and May will be so cold. It's been like that for a couple of years now. So, is anyone planning on joining the Tour de Fleece this year? Starting at the end of June. I've already been spinning a bit. But I really look forward to spinning more. So if anyone is planning to join, let me know what team you're planning to join, or maybe you're just, you know, joining in with just the hashtag. That's what I usually do. Yvonne says the skirt pattern is Aurora by Irena Lindorfer. Oh, I'll check it out. Thanks. Aurora skirt Irena Lindorfer. Oh, that's nice. It looks like crochet. Oh, very nice texture pattern. Natasha is thinking about joining. Yay! Certainly have enough to spin up. You certainly do. No, I'm just teasing. I certainly have enough to spin up as well. But it's fun to collect. Oh, it's your second skirt, Ivana. Oh, nice. What do you like about this pattern? Is it the size that is just right, or is it the texture? What made you make a second one? One lady at the yarn shop that I went to about a month ago, where I bought some of the spinning braids, she was spinning in the shop, and she had painted her spinning wheel, and I thought that was so fun. I've always thought about painting my spinning wheel, but my partner is a he does not support painting over natural wood. He always thinks it's such a shame when people paint over natural wood, and sure, sometimes natural wood is much more beautiful the way you paint over it, but I really think I want to paint my spinning wheel. Even if it's just the wheel part. Oh, you like the size and the pattern of the skirt? Yeah, it is. It does look like a very nice texture pattern. I remember I knit a cable skirt so many years ago. and it was quite nice. But you know, it fit me right at the time. Just trying to find it. It fit me right at the time, but after a few years it was way too short. Oh, nice. Okay, I'm gonna share my project page. It was a free pattern. Okay, it's still a free download if you want to try it out. So here's my project page. You can see pictures of a very young Carmen, and it's a very nice skirt. Very pretty cables. But yeah, I'm not sure if the pattern was available in more than one size. Let's see. No, it's just one size. But it's easy enough to make it longer. But it's worked sideways. It was quite nice to knit at the time. Thank you, Ivone. So I've done quite a bit already. And And yeah, I'm not sure if I should explain this here or in a separate video, but I quickly want to share something about deciding until where to crochet the back, because, and I'm not sure, wait, I might move the microphone for this part so you can hear me. So sometimes it can be a little bit tricky to decide where to end the back panel, because basically you want to lay it double and then see how much longer you have to crochet on the back. But here's the tricky part. You can always put it together so that the hems match. But the downside of attaching it too soon, you know, it looks fine. It looks fine. But the back of the neck is lower here, which is fine if you want a breezy, summery cardigan. But if you want it to be a warm cardigan, you want the back of the neck to be right up top. And if you then fold it together, you'll see that there's quite a bit to go. So that's a tricky part. It can be a bit confusing how many rows to add. And I think I'll put that in the pattern as well. But for now, you know, you really want to pin those bottom edges together and then try it on and see. Yeah. Oh, Natasha's posted pictures of her shawl on Instagram. I'll take a look after the live stream because my phone is here. Thank you for sharing. Oh, it's already 2 p.m. Oh. I'll just start the next row and then end the live stream, because I do have to work on the pattern. Oh, by the way, I've also created the Ravelry project page, or the pattern page for the cruise cardigan. And you can just find it if you Ravelry search for cruise cardigan. Just so that if anyone wants to create a project page or add pictures, you can already do that. And of course, if you want to favorite it, you know, give it a little heart, or even just visit the page, it works very well. If I get a lot of those visits, it'll bump me to the hot right now on Ravelry, and that always boosts traffic quite a lot. I've put the link in the description of this video if you want to have a look. And you know, if you're watching the video this time tomorrow, the pattern might already be linked there, and it will be a free pattern on my website in English and in Dutch with lots of illustrations. Hopefully it will all be clear enough, and if not, please do let me know. Comment here, comment on my website, let me know what's not clear, let me know if there are any mistakes, and yeah, I always put my patterns up in English and Dutch. And at first, you know, there will be the introduction, and that will be just English, Dutch, English, Dutch, English, Dutch. And then you have the whole pattern in English, and then after that, the whole pattern in Dutch. It's always kind of again, I have to search for the right balance of how to show the English and how to show the Dutch pattern. And I think this one is the most clear, to have the entire English pattern first and then the entire Dutch pattern. Because sometimes people will have Google translate the page automatically, and they're reading the Dutch pattern pieces in English, and then they're messaging, what does this abbreviation mean? And yeah. Again, it's quite a balance to get things to have them be clear enough. But I don't want to create two separate blog posts on my website, because I think that makes it more confusing. And for Ravelry, when you add a pattern there, you can often only link it to one web page. So that's why it's easiest to have it just on one page. Alright. Oh, I did quite a lot today. I did... Oh. These rows... No, wait. Here is the end. I did these rows today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 rows. That's quite nice. I will be back on Thursday. Maybe I'll have finished the back panel by then. And then I can continue on to the side panels. Yeah, I'll be back on Thursday from 10 to 12 UK time in the morning, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So I will be back then with another live stream. I hope to see you then as well. Yeah, this was very fun. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Thank you for joining me as I work on this cardigan. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this video as well. And I hope to see you again on Thursday. Have a lovely couple of days. And I hope to see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.